I do. Do we have a volunteer, maybe from one of the other teams that are not participating, to be our buzzer system operator? Or maybe a student from a non-participating team? Bueller? Anybody want to volunteer to be a buzz system operator? All right. Nobody? It's not that hard. Okay. We need a student. It's not hard. No. Can I have the captains from Farmington, Bentonville, and Prairie Grove approach the podium? Sorry. So, Prairie Grove, you choose first in the first category, first round. Vocab. Then Bentonville, you choose second. Okay, and Farmington, Geo. That means Farmington, you choose first in the second half. Math. Bentonville second. And Prairie Grove third. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. You gotta love the challenge. All right. Hey, we're good on time, though.
If you want to go ahead and call and kind of set that up, we've got some people coming in, but I told them to come in very quietly.
So you're just gonna turn it over to me turn it over to me they're doing this part.
They're gonna still introduce.
Yeah. So I can just do this and that. Okay. Cool. I like this idea. I think
Okay.
that's fine. You like the trophy? Is that okay? Well, I mean, I'm just asking because this is the first time I've seen it. For both teams, you an improved ACE trophy. One of you will be taking the trophy home to your high school. No. Second place gets $1,500. Third place gets their $1,000 trophy. First place gets the trophy and $3,000.
Really, what are we here for?
So good luck to all teams. Make it into the finals.
I mean, you just take it. Just let it. Where's people? Where they get the money?
Got about 30 seconds.
This building is too old.
And now, introducing the three remaining teams competing for the 2018 ACE Championship. Introducing at the blue table, the 1988 champions, and they've been in the ACE Championship Finals 2 out of the last 3 years. Welcome the winner of semifinal match number 2, the Prairie Grove Tiger ACE team.
We have to my right, Morgan Gaines, Tia Sizemore, I am Carter McKenzie, here's Griffin Roden and Ella Nations, and we are coached by Donna Mitchell and Jamie Montgomery. Thank you.
And now, introducing the team at the yellow table, the 5-peat ACE champions, the winner of semifinal round number 1, number 2 seed overall, the reigning, the defending, the undisputed ACE champions of the world, the Bentonville Tiger ACE team.
From the audience's left to right, we have Arden Townsend, myself, Sila Gondola, Tarun Eisen, Becky Perry, and Alec Baldwin. And we're coached by the magnificent Mr. McElroy and the pristine Mr. Payne. Go Bentonville!
And now, at the red table, the home team, the number 1 seed in the regular season of the 2018 ACE season, 4-time ACE champions, the Farmington Cardinal ACE team.
What up? We're Farmington, and from my right to left, we got Katie Jansen, Justin Macedo, I'm Javen Jowers. We got Nicholas Erickson and Joshua Jowers, and we are coached by Clayton Williams.
And now introducing the ACE coordinator and today's moderator, Mr. Dustin Seaton.
Thank you. All right, welcome to the beautiful Farmington High School Performing Arts Center. I am Dustin Seaton, the game moderator, and Mike's dead. There we go. All right. I am Dustin Seaton, the game moderator and the GT specialist at the Northwest Arkansas Education Co-op here in Farmington, Arkansas. The additional judge and game administrator is Casey Neal, the science specialist at the Northwest Arkansas Education Co-op here in Farmington. And our buzz system operator is Miss Les Messerschmidt, the Prairie Grove GT coordinator. We've had all 3 teams on stage introduce themselves and their coaches. Congratulations, all 3 teams, for making it to the championship round. Let's give all 3 teams, Farmington, Bentonville, and Prairie Grove, one last round of applause. The winning team today will be taking home the first place trophy as well as a $2,000 grand prize. The second place team will be taking home a $1,500 prize, and the third place team will be taking home the $1,000 prize. For the benefit of the people unfamiliar with today's ACE game, I will briefly review its structure. There are 2 halves to be played, each half focusing on 7 different academic subject categories. In general, the first half focuses mainly on language arts questions, and the second half subjects are mainly math and science, with some variations too. For most questions, awarding of points for each question falls from a range of 4 to 0 points. Each exact point received by the teams will be announced as the game is played. For most of the questions, teams will have 15 seconds to answer an individual team question before the other teams can buzz in to steal for 1 point. Now, there are more nuances to the game, and hopefully both the audience present here at Farmington High School Performing Arts Center and the radio listening audience on 100.3 KURM radio will figure it out as the match progresses. The team scores have will be officially announced 3 times throughout the game: at the halftime break, after the second half team choice question just before question 18, and then again at the conclusion of the game. All right, teams, are you ready for the championship ACE match of the 2018 season?
Yep.
Here we go. Question 1 comes from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette newspapers from February 5th through Friday, February the 9th. Prairie Grove High School, your current events question. who filed a lawsuit against Oxygen Media, which specializes in true crime entertainment, because she claims the documentary about the disappearance of her daughter in Aruba is an inaccurate depiction which subjected her to weeks of anguish when it aired last summer.
Johnson.
No.
Smith.
No.
Shelley.
No.
Seaton.
No. Bentonville High School for the Steal?
Alexa Rhodes.
No. And Farmington High School for the Steal?
Macedo.
No, all good guesses. We were looking for the name Beth Holloway. Moving on to Bentonville High School, the yellow table. Your current events question. Who is the White House nominee whose name has been withdrawn to head the Council on Environmental Quality? A year ago, her selection had failed to gather momentum, with some Senate Republicans raising questions about her expertise.
Johnson.
No.
Smith.
No.
White.
No.
Brown.
No. Time. Farmington High School for the Steal?
Kathleen Hartnett White.
That is correct for 4 points. And, I'm sorry, 1 point. My bad. 1 point awarded to Farmington for the Steal. Farmington High School, your current events question. Who is the Republican state representative from Hot Springs who is the lead sponsor of Act 478 that requires high school students in Arkansas and those taking the GED exam to pass a civics exam that is identical to the test administered by the U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services for naturalization?
Boozman.
No.
Cotton.
No. Time. Prairie Grove High School for the Steal?
Paul.
No. Bentonville High School for the Steal?
French Hill.
No, all good guesses and politicians, but we were looking for State Representative Bruce Cozart. All right, moving into game question number 2. From the World Geography and Culture category, Prairie Grove High School, your World Geography and Culture question. Name 2 of the 3 countries that currently have sex ratios that exceed 110 boys to 100 girls.
China, Japan,
No.
China and Russia.
Say the last answer again.
China and Russia.
No. Farmington High School for the Steal?
China and India.
That is correct for 1 point. Moving on to Bentonville High School, your World Geography question. Which 2 countries are the primary destination for remittances from immigrants?
Iran and Iraq.
No.
India.
Say your last answer again. India. No. We have Prairie Grove for the Steal?
India and Russia.
No. And Farmington for the Steal?
India and Tajikistan.
No. We were also looking for India and China. No points awarded for that one. Moving on to Farmington High School, your Geography and Culture question. Name the 2 countries in which internet freedom declined dramatically in the past decade.
Russia and Turkey.
That is correct for 4 points. Moving on to the game question number 3 from American History. Prairie Grove High School, your American History question. At the Yalta Conference of 1945, Stalin agreed to allow members of the pre-war Polish government to maintain their positions. What additional promise did Stalin make to Roosevelt and Churchill with regard to Poland?
That he would reinstate their governor.
No.
That he would repay debts.
No. Call time. We have Farmington High School for the steal.
They were allowed to keep their military.
No. And Bentonville High School for the steal.
No invasion of allied states.
No, all good guesses. Poland was promised, or the promise Stalin made was that Poland would be able to hold free elections. Moving on to Bentonville High School, your American history question. In 1914, Henry Ford increased his factory workers' wages and reduced their working hours. He had two practical reasons for these changes. One was to gain the loyalty of his employees. What was the other reason he had?
To buy more cars.
No.
Increase work morale.
No.
They have more money to spend on automobiles and leisure activities.
No. Called time. We have Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
Increase work productivity.
No. And Farmington High School for the steal.
Increase profit.
No, all good guesses. The other reason Henry Ford did that was to undercut union organizers. Now moving on to Farmington High School, your American history question. In preparation for war, President Franklin Roosevelt created the National Defense Advisory Committee. This committee joined two entities to work together. One was government. What was the other?
Military.
No.
Intelligence committees.
No.
Manufacturers.
I'll count that for 2 points. Moving on to game question 4, taken from Selected Short Stories in Literature. Prairie Grove High School, your short story comes from Miss Found in a Bottle by Edgar Allan Poe. By what means does the narrator get on board the second ship?
He was kidnapped and taken to the ship.
No.
He climbed aboard the ship.
No.
He was rescued.
No.
He fell.
Say the answer.
He fell asleep.
No. Time. Farmington High School for the steal.
He awoke on the ship.
No. And Bentonville High School for the steal.
He was thrown from his ship onto the other one.
We will give you that. Yeah, catapulted or thrown from one ship to another. 1 point is awarded to Bentonville High School. Bentonville High School, your short story comes from By the Waters of Babylon by Stephen Vincent Benet. Once the young priest had returned home after his journey of knowledge, what final conclusion did he make about the future of his people?
He decided not to tell him, but he would go back for himself to reinstate the same ways of living.
No.
That he would go back and tell his people of what he saw.
No. Call time. Farmington High School for the steal.
That he would become their ruler.
No. Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
That they were doomed to die.
No, all good guesses. The final conclusion is that we must build again. Moving on to Farmington High School, your selected short story from literature comes from the short story The Lucid Eye in Silvertown by John Updike. At the end of the story, what was the cause of Jay's tantrum directed towards his father?
That they didn't get to buy the art book.
That is correct, for 4 points. Moving into game question 5, taken from the category American Government. Prairie Grove High School, your American government question. What is the oldest public school in continuous existence in the United States?
Harvard.
No? Call time. Farmington High School for the steal.
University of Massachusetts.
No. And Bentonville High School for the steal.
Jamestown High School.
No. Good guesses. The oldest public school still in existence in the United States is the Boston Latin School in Massachusetts. Moving on to Bentonville High School. Your American government question. In terms of population, What is the most populated county in the United States with nearly 10 million people?
New York County,
No,
Manhattan County,
no,
New York City County,
no,
Orange County,
no. Call time. We have Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
Newcastle,
No. And Farmington High School for the steal.
Dallas County.
No, all good guesses. We were looking for Los Angeles County, California. Moving on to the red table. Farmington High School, your American government question. In terms of area, what is the largest county in the continental United States, spreading over 20,105 square miles?
Juneau County,
No,
Alaska County,
no.
Barron County.
Say your answer again.
Barrow County.
No. We call time. Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
Montana County.
No. And Bentonville High School for the steal.
Anchorage County,
No. Good guesses. We were looking for San Bernardino County, also in California. Moving on to game question 6, taken from Shakespeare. Prairie Grove High School, your Shakespeare question comes from Pericles. Why is Pericles called back home?
His wife is sick.
No.
mutiny,
Yes, for 3 points. Nicely done, Prairie Grove High School. Bentonville High School, your Shakespeare question comes from King Henry V. Once King Henry begins his invasion, what does the King of France offer as a compromise?
Burgundy.
No,
Land.
no,
His daughter.
yes, for 2 points. And Farmington High School, your Shakespeare question comes from A Merchant in Venice. What is the penalty for Portia's suitors if they guess the wrong casket?
They may never get married.
That is correct for 4 points. Nicely done, teams. Now moving into game question 7, taken from the vocabulary category, starting with Prairie Grove High School. Your vocabulary question. Name the adjective meaning haphazard.
Shoddy.
No?
Slapdash.
That is correct. Slapdash for 3 points. Nicely done, Prairie Grove High School. Bentonville High School, your vocabulary question. Name the adjective meaning sweltering.
Sultry.
That is correct for 4 points. Sultry. And Farmington High School, your vocabulary question. Name the adjective meaning impassive.
Rigid.
No?
Stoic.
Stoic is correct for 3 points.
There we go.
All right, we're moving into game question 8 and 9 of the team choice and team toss-up categories. Each team has selected a different first half and second half subject category question during a pregame meeting with the captains. When it is their turn, each team can only provide one answer to the question. A correct answer will earn that team 4 points. Should the answer be incorrect, the other two teams can try to buzz in and steal for 2 points. All right, we have Prairie Grove for your team choice category. You chose vocabulary. Again, you get one choice. If they get it incorrect, the other teams can try to steal. Your vocabulary team choice question. Name the noun meaning slyness.
Sever.
Say it again.
Sever.
No. Farmington High School for the steal.
Sheer.
No. And Bentonville High School for the steal.
Stealth.
Stealth is correct for 2 points, awarded to Bentonville High School. Bentonville High School, you chose literature, selected short stories. So your short story comes from New England Nun by Mary E. Wilkins Freeman. Again, one chance to buzz in, or to guess. What explanation is given why Joe Daggett and Louisa Ellis' courtship lasted for 15 years?
He went to Australia to work and earn money to support her in their marriage.
That is correct for 4 points. Nicely done, Bentonville High School. Farmington High School, your teen choice category. You chose geography and culture. Your geography and culture question: what are the 3 environmental factors that determine the distinctive character of a wine?
The soil, the climate, and the temperature.
What was your answer?
Temperature.
No, we'll call time. Bentonville.
Temperature, humidity, and soil.
No. Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
Soil, climate, and tree.
What's your last answer?
Tree.
No, we were looking for climate, soil, and topography. Moving on to game question 9, which is a toss-up category chosen by me, the moderator. If all teams would have the buzzers in their hand. Your category comes from U.S. government. Your U.S. government toss-up question: identify one of the only 2 U.S. governors to ever be recalled from office in United States history. Bentonville High School.
Spiro Agnew.
No. Prairie Grove High School.
Faubus.
No. And Farmington High School for the steal.
Rick Perry.
No. All governors, but we were looking for either North Dakota Governor Lynn Frazier or California Governor Gray Davis. All right, that concludes the first half of the championship match. Currently in 3rd place, we have Prairie Grove High School with 6 points. In 2nd place, Bentonville High School with 13 points. And currently in 1st place, the host team, Farmington High School, with 19 points. We're going to take a quick radio break so we can swap out between the first half and second half players.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting all of you in Farmington to come see us at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Make the short drive and shop Northwest Arkansas's best selection of new Chevys, like the sporty Chevy Camaro, the rugged Silverado, and the family-friendly Tahoe, completely redesigned for 2015. Experience a better way to buy your new Chevy at Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. Family-owned, customer-friendly, a proud supporter of the Farmington Cardinals. Go Cards!
If you would like to advertise during this broadcast, please contact our athletic director, Brad Blue,
at 479-266-1806.
Go Cards!
Hey, guys.
Hey, Mom. Starving. Chips. Hey, thanks. Oh, we're starving. What else do we got here? Crackers. Yo. Oh, I'm starving. Oh, yeah, cookies.
And the constant snacking with Tyson Anytizers Boneless Buffalo Bites. Made with all white meat, they're the warm, protein-packed way to hold them over until dinner time.
These are awesome.
Also available in these delicious varieties.
Thanks, Mom.
The Farmington Stampede is a proud supporter of Farmington schools and the Farmington community. We look forward to everyone joining the next Stampede.
Go Cards!
Things are changing in kitchens everywhere.
Tony's Sasheries.
People are replacing salt and pepper on everything they eat.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, no more salt and pepper.
Tony's Sasheries.
Tony's Sasheries, famous Creole seasoning, brings out the flavor in all your favorite foods.
Tony's Sasheries.
Oh yeah, so put a little Creole in your kitchen. Tony's Sasheries makes everything taste great.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony's Sasheries Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole. And this is the real
Just would remind all of those in the audience, I forgot to tell you, please turn off your cell phones. We are live on the radio, so please silence your cell phones if you haven't done so already. All right, returning from the first half radio break, welcome back, KURM radio listeners. I'm Dustin Seaton, the ACE game moderator and administrator. After our first half, we have currently in third place Prairie Grove with 6 points. In second place, Bentonville High School with 13 points. And currently in first place, Farmington High School with 19 points. We have swapped out players from the first half to the second half, so let's again meet the players for the second half. Starting with the blue table, would you please introduce your coach and your second half players, Prairie Grove High School?
Hello, everybody. We are Prairie Grove High School, and from the audiences left to right, we have Noah Akey, Tia Sizemore, Carter McKenzie, myself, Riley Masters, Jordan Summers, and our coaches are Jamie Montgomery and Donna Mitchell.
All right, Prairie Grove High School. In the middle, the yellow table from Bentonville High School, would you please introduce your second half players and your coaches?
Hi, we're Bentonville High School, and from the audiences left to right, we have Max, Tanvi, myself, Amirtha, Vanshika, and Mohan. And our sponsors are the magnanimous Mr. McElroy and the pertinent Mr. Payne.
All right, Bentonville High School. And on the red table, the host team, Farmington High School. Would you please introduce your second half players and your coach?
What's up, guys? We're Farmington High School, and from the audiences left to right, we have Reed Petrie, Tanner Green, Meade Coleman Warren, Cody Parrish, Jaden Goff, and we are coached by Clayton Williams.
All right, Farmington High School. Now we will start the second half of game with the championship. Second half going with 7 new subject area questions, mainly coming from math and science. But first, let's start game question 10, which come from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette newspaper from Monday, February the 5th through Friday, February the 9th. The sports category, Prairie Grove High School, your sports question. Who is the Springdale High School wrestler and last year's 6A, 7A state champion as a sophomore who is currently ranked number 1 in Class 6A and 7A with a 41-4 record?
Logan Walton.
That is correct for 4 points. Moving on to Bentonville High School, your sports question. Who is the 24-year-old female golfer who reveals that she has had death threats and she has been blackmailed while both she and her family have been harassed as she denied being a glamorous gimmick for golf?
Caitlin Page.
No?
Shira Punak.
That is correct for 3 points. Moving on to Farmington High School, your sports question. Who is the 6'8" forward from Southwest Christian Academy in Little Rock who is making a huge impact as a freshman for the Razorbacks? Even though he did not attempt 1 field goal in the South Carolina game, his defensive efforts were impressive and contributed to the win for the Hogs.
Osa Boyne.
That is correct for 4 points. Good job, teams. Moving into question number 11, taken from the chemistry category. Prairie Grove High School, your chemistry question. Explain why increasing concentrations of CO2 in the atmosphere affect the quantity of energy leaving Earth, but do not affect the quantity entering from the sun.
They trap energy inside the atmosphere.
No?
CO2 molecules trap energy.
No. We'll call time. Bentonville High School.
The greenhouse effect.
No. And Farmington High School for the steal.
Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, which means that it more effectively traps thermal energy. So the energy from the sun has not changed, but the ability of the atmosphere to keep it trapped has.
Yes, for 1 point. Nice enough, Farmington. Bentonville High School, your chemistry question. One of the principles of green chemistry is that it is better to use a few steps as possible in making new chemicals. How does this principle relate to energy efficiency?
If you use less steps, then you're not obtaining as much energy through the reaction and losing as much energy as waste product.
Yes, for 4 points. Nicely done, Bentonville High School. Farmington High School, your chemistry question. The solar energy striking Earth averages 169 watts per square meter. The energy radiated from Earth's surface averages 390 watts per square meter. Comparing these numbers, one might expect that the planet would cool quickly, yet it does not. Why not?
This is due to the greenhouse effect of different gases like carbon dioxide and methane that trap the thermal energy from the sun and maintain its warmth.
Yes, for 4 points. Nicely done, Farmington High School. Let's move on to the 12th game question, which comes from the art history category. Starting with Prairie Grove High School, your art history question. What is the title of Robert Venturi's book, where he points out that much of the great architecture of the past was not simple and classic, but elaborate and complex?
Elaborate art.
No.
The history of architecture.
No.
Architecture of the past.
No. Call time. Bentonville High School for the steal.
Complexity in architecture.
No. And Farmington High School for the steal.
Architecture from the past to the present.
No. Bentonville, you were close. We were looking for the complexity and contradiction in architecture. Moving on to Bentonville High School, your art history question. What is the name of the Claes Oldenburg sculpture that is made from painted canvas stuffed with soft kapok and is soft to the touch?
A bag of shoestring potatoes.
No.
Soft sculpture.
No. Call time. Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
Sculpture for the blind.
No. And Farmington High School for the steal.
Stray potatoes falling from a bag.
No, all good guesses. It's actually called shoestring potatoes spilling from a bag. Moving on to Farmington High School, your art history question. What was the message that artists of the Dada movement were trying to convey?
That simple is better.
No.
Minimalism is unique.
No. Moving on to Bentonville High School for the steal.
Like anything can be art.
No. And Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
That art is nonsense.
We'll give that to you for 1 point. Devoid of meaning, nonsense. Moving on to game question 13, which comes from mathematics, the trigonometry category. All teams will have 60 seconds to answer their questions. I will not tell you if your question was correct, incorrect. I'm sorry, I will not give the correct answer if the question is incorrect, because all questions are similarly formatted. Let's start with Prairie Grove High School. You'll have 60 seconds to answer the math question if all teams will now pass out the pieces of paper in the blue envelope. What is the vertical shift of the function y equals -2 cosine times the quantity 3x minus 2 pi, close parentheses, plus 3, and what direction is it in?
3 units in the positive direction.
That is correct for 4 points. Nicely done, Prairie Grove High School. Bentonville High School, your math question. If all teams would now open the yellow envelope and pass out the pieces of paper, you'll have 60 seconds to answer this question. What is the amplitude of the function y equals negative cosine times the quantity negative 3x plus 4 closed quantity minus 9?
-1.
No.
-3 over 2 pi.
No.
-3 over pi.
No.
One.
We're going to say no. Call time. Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
+1 unit.
That is correct for 1 point steal. Moving on to Farmington High School. Your mathematics question from trigonometry. If all teams would open the red envelope and pass out the 5 pieces of paper to each team member, you'll have 60 seconds to answer this math question. What is the period of the function y equals 4 times cosine times the quantity negative 8x plus pi over 2 closed quantity minus 7?
Negative pi over 4.
No.
Positive pi over 4.
That is correct for 3 points. Nicely done, teams. Now moving into game question 14, taken from the biology category, starting with Prairie Grove High School. Your biology question. Name the clade of eukaryotes whose names derives from the fact that some members of the group feature an excavated feeding groove on one side of the cell body.
Cnidarians.
No. Call time. Farmington High School for the steal.
Excavado.
Say it again.
Excavado.
Yes, for 1 point. Moving on to Bentonville High School, your biology question. Name the stage of the fungi sexual cycle in which the haploid nuclei contributed by the two parents fuse, producing diploid cells.
First division.
No.
Meiosis.
No.
Mitosis.
No. Call time. Farmington High School for the steal.
Plasmogamy.
No. And Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
Polyploidy?
No, we were looking for chiogaming or cariogaming. Moving on to Farmington High School, your biology question. Name the supergroup of eukaryotes that includes animals, fungi, and slime molds, among other protist groups.
SAR clade.
No.
Eumetazoans.
No.
Euglenozoans.
Say the last answer.
Euglenozoans.
No. Bentonville High School for the steal.
Eukarya.
Say it one more time.
Eukarya.
No. All right, we'll call time. We're looking for uniconts. Uniconts. Moving into game question 15, taken from the physics category. Starting with Prairie Grove High School, your physics question. Image size can be determined from the magnification equation. State this equation in terms of image distance.
Image size divided by angle.
No. Farmington High School for the steal.
Object distance over focal length.
No. Bentonville High School for the steal.
D over D prime.
No, we were looking for M equals negative Q over P, where Q is the image distance and P is the object distance. Moving on to Bentonville High School, your physics question. State the mirror equation.
Angle of incidence equals to angle of reflection.
No. Call time. Farmington High School for the steal.
P over 2L.
No. Call time. We're looking for the answer 1 over P plus 1 over Q equals 1 over F, where Q, again, is the image distance, and P is the object distance, and F is the focal length. Moving on to Farmington High School, your physics question. Image size can also be determined from the magnification equation using the object height. State this equation.
H prime over H.
Yes, for 4 points. All right, moving into game question 16, taken from the world history category. Let's start with Prairie Grove High School, your world history question. By the early 15th century, Axum had become involved in a growing conflict with which Muslim state, located at the point where the Indian Ocean meets the Red Sea?
Baghdad.
No.
A Safaweed.
No.
Jordan.
No.
Phoenicians.
No. Time. Bentonville High School for the steal.
The Abbasids.
No. Farmington High School for the steal.
Ghana.
No, all good guesses, but we were looking for Adal, A-D-A-L, Adal. Bentonville High School, your world history question. Who was the concubine of the second Tang emperor, who then became empress of China and ruled for half a century?
Qing.
No.
Chang.
No.
Ling.
No. Call time. Farmington High School for the steal.
Empress Wu.
No. Prairie Grove High School for the steal.
Empress Wu.
No. We were looking for Wu Jiao or Wu Zhao. Moving on to Farmington High School, your world history question. What northern tribal group of Turkic-speaking people did the Tang rulers hire to fight for the dynasty?
Uyghurs.
That is correct for 4 points. Uyghurs or Uyghurs, yeah. Now moving into questions 17 and 18, but before we do, each team has selected a different second half subject category question during a pregame meeting with the captains. When it is their turn, each team can only provide one answer to the question. A correct answer will earn that team 4 points. Should the answer be incorrect, the other two teams may try to buzz in and steal for 2 points. So we'll start with Prairie Grove, the blue table. For the team choice category, you chose world history. Your world history question. Who did the Inca in Peru rely on to keep track of their important matters instead of writing?
Knots.
Say your answer again.
Knots.
No. You can clear it. You can clear it.
People.
Farmington High School for the steal.
Knot keepers.
No. And Bentonville for the steal.
Not tires.
No. All good guesses. We're looking for the well-trained or memory experts. All right, moving into Bentonville High School, you chose art history as your team choice category. So your art history question is, what is depicted in Merritt Oppenheim's work named Object?
It's a bowl and a spoon that's made of fur.
Judge? Yes, for 4 points. Moving on to Farmington High School's team choice category, you chose mathematics. So if all teams would pass out the pieces of paper in the white envelope, you have 60 seconds to answer this math question from trigonometry. What is the horizontal shift of the function y equals 4 sine times the quantity 2x plus pi, close quantity, minus 8? And what direction is it in?
Pi over 2 to the left.
We're going to say no. Reset. Yeah. Bentonville High School.
2 to the left.
No. Prairie Grove High School.
Pi over 2 to the left units.
Yes, for 2 points. Moving into the last question, question 18, the toss-up category chosen by me, the moderator. We're going to choose one from biology. So if all teams would get the buzzers ready in their hands to buzz in, the biology toss-up question, the last question of the game. It's okay, we'll reset. The last question of the game. Name the appendages that pull 2 cells together. Farmington.
Pili.
That is correct for 4 points. So that's the end of the game for the championship, and currently in third place we have Prairie Grove High School with 18 points. In second place, Bentonville High School with 24 points, and in first place with 44 points, the host team, Farmington High School. Congratulations to all 3 teams participating in today's championship game. If there are no challenges and these scores conclude, then Prairie Grove will have a $1,000 monetary prize, Bentonville will have a $1,500 prize, and Farmington will take home the $2,000 prize and the first place trophy. This concludes the ACE competition for 2018. I want to thank you for tuning in on KURM 100.3 radio for the ACE match for the 12 games that we've played this year. We hope to see you next year to join us again for the 2018-2019 ACE match. Again, I'm Dustin Seaton, the GT specialist at the Northwest Arkansas Education Co-op. Thanks for listening, and see you next year.